This is where India's AI story meets its youngest creators. On the day second of the India AI Impact Summit of 2026, the spotlight is on the Bharat YUVAi Hackathon. Yes, you heard me right. India's largest hackathon for non-coders that we have witnessed today. Here, 2,000 college students from arts, from science, and from commerce and other streams are all taking on real-world challenges and are building working digital apps guided entirely by AI that works in Indian languages as well, from healthcare and from education to agriculture and civic life as well. This is a live demonstration of how India's next generation is learning to create technology and not just consume it. I spoke with Amit Gupta, the delivery center head for Delhi NCR, especially when it comes to TCS, who actually explained how they went on and inspired and encouraged the non-tech students to really step forward and participate in this hackathon. Let's listen in to what he had to say. Tell me about this hackathon. You've done the largest hackathon in the country from TCS. So what inspired you to do this?
We have done the largest AI hackathon in the world. So we were like that. Okay, so the reason was a couple of things were there. We took the opportunity when this India AI Summit happens. So the theme of that was people, planet and progress. Okay. So what we thought internally that, why can't we make our non-techie guys? They should know AI, right? Being an IT company, we know AI in and out, right? Pretty much we are doing those. But we wanted to touch the part of that segment, which is the future of our country, and who are a little away from the technologies, all the arts students. I would say non-techies who have no experience in the development. So we targeted those, and then, we are doing something certain activities.
Sir, how did you convince these non-techie students? Because techie students, okay, you tell them hackathon, they'll be okay. But these students are from BA English and from other humanities and other spaces as well.
Right. This is a very good question. So for a techie guy, it's very easy for him. For a non-techie guy to convince, sometimes they have this, what will we do in the AI? What is AI? They have those kind of questions. We don't know the programming. But you know what? The thing is, we went to the colleges. Multiple colleges we went to. And some of the questions that came, we said that, okay, let us assume you are not coming to the IT world. You may become a government servant, you may do some business or something. Still, you can take the benefit of it. So we told them the advantages of AI that is going to help them being a part of a government organization, being a part of non-tech job or career down the line. So I think they're pretty much convinced, and we covered more than 300 colleges. We went to them, we were asking for them, sending the nominations, and we were able to get, you can see this good number of 2,000 students.
So many thousands of students here, and they are going to be creating within 3 hours some working apps right here, learning AI from you.
Exactly. So we have created, we have our mentors. We have almost 400 mentors, and they are all trained, and they have created the problem statements, the challenges which are useful to them, which are more logical, which are more important or for them. So these are the kind of problem statements, challenges that we have prepared that are going to help them. So we'll be doing the activities, and you can see the enthusiasm and the crowd in the colleges, students. It's going to be wonderful.
At the Tata YUVAi Hackathon, Aishwarya Patil of Business Today Television caught up with TCS AI Practices team that actually devised the framework, the idea of curating a hackathon for over 2,000 students from actually non-engineering background and also no formal training in coding as well. This team actually tells us about how these students were encouraged to spot a problem and how they are going to be passionate about and to find a solution to that problem using code as well as an application using AI tools and the applications in just 75 minutes. Let's listen in to what Ashok Krish, the VP and the head of AI practices at TCS, had to say about this.
AI represents one of the largest opportunities for India to uplift the larger segment of population that may not be engineers, that may not be working in IT, to really leapfrog over all those traditional barriers of language, access to technology and so on, and then be able to interact and build technology using their own mother tongue. right? I think that is the opportunity, and we see a huge wave of these young people coming up and becoming builders and digital entrepreneurs if they get exposed and they know how to work with AI. And so that's essentially what this hackathon is about. It's the world's largest hackathon for non-coders. Hackathons are for coders.
Usually developers.
We've deliberately picked college students that have never coded in their lives, arts, humanities, law, what have you. And then we're telling them, no, you can build technology. AI will help you do that. The more important thing is knowing what problem to solve. And we find that the youth in India know exactly what problems to solve. And then the how part, that AI will help them. And I think to spark that interest in digital entrepreneurship is really what this is about.
So was this open, the floor was open to anybody for this hackathon? How many are expected as far as the students are concerned? And, as you mentioned, developers and designers, this goes beyond that. Anybody from any walk of life and any sort of course that they may be studying, this is for them. Tell us a little bit about who can participate in this and what's being done so far.
So in the lead up to the event, we've done satellite events where close to 10,000 students from across India, a lot of states, from Andhra Pradesh to Uttar Pradesh to Maharashtra to Gujarat, they all participated. And we saw them build amazing things in just a matter of 2 hours, right? And this is sort of a culmination of that, where we've picked nearly 2,000 students from the Delhi NCR region, from these various disciplines. We've asked the colleges to send essentially anyone who has no coding experience, with no sort of any other additional filter other than the fact that they shouldn't be a computer science or an engineering person. That's the only.
But they should have an idea to solve for, is what the filter was?
No, it's not even that. So we will obviously give them the themes. The theme of this conference is, again, people, planet and progress, right? So everybody has ideas and problems that they want to solve for people, for the planet, for progress and so on. So we've curated a list of challenges that we want them. They will work with the AI to find the right problem that they're keen on solving, and then build a solution for it.
I also spoke with Venguswamy Ramaswamy, the global head for TCS ION, who shared insights on how artificial intelligence and, of course, its intersection with education is truly driving massive transformation, change as far as the way we learn is concerned, the way we teach is concerned, maybe create newer skills for the future is concerned. Let's listen in to that excerpt.
TCS ION is focused on education as a whole, across the spectrum, higher education, school education, as well as skill education or vocational education. Today, as you see, most of the students who are participating in artificial intelligence related activities are predominantly engineers. What we are trying to do is to make a big change in terms of looping in a large number of non-engineers participate in such kind of events. As TCS ION, most of the products in the assessment space and learning space, we are reimagining what AI can do in assessments, what AI can do in learning, and make sure that we truly democratize artificial intelligence and technology to a large number of students across the country.
It's a very interesting aspect. Most of the students here that have come here for the hackathon are from the non-engineering background, and at least 300 colleges were approached by TCS to look at such students which had no idea about technology or AI, and this is where they are getting trained from, and that's why you're reaching the last mile as well. I want to understand, when it comes to the intersection between AI and education, how are things getting changed?
So, huge number of changes are happening. If I take school education, for example, how the teachers are getting skilled is changing today. How the baseline assessments or diagnostics of children happening is changing through AI. How the teaching patterns at the classrooms are changing through AI. How children learn at home is changing. How children practice for competitive examinations are changing through AI. Today, no longer they only depend on coaching institutions. They have an ability to create a dummy mock paper through artificial intelligence today. And also the formative assessments, which truly helps the teachers, is changing, because the analytics that is available for the teacher in the classroom as soon as she finishes the class of 45 minutes is truly making a huge change. And that's how in all the domains you see a significant change brought in by AI.
At the AI India Impact Summit, we also caught up with Sri Vidya Sekar and Bala from TCS to uncover the story behind Tata YUVAi Hackathon. Also, the structure, the vision, as well as the meticulous planning that it took that made it possible from designing to a framework that truly empowers non-engineering background students to build real-world AI tools, applications that can really solve the real-world problems.
We heard about this AI summit in the beginning of January, and we said, okay, we probably will do it for about 300 students or so. But then, we took the target of reaching 10,000 students prior to the summit and do more after the event. So towards that, we worked with the Academic Alliance group of TCS, who helped us identify colleges from Kerala till, going from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, Telangana, Guwahati. We visited about 10 states in about 6 weeks' time and touched about 10,000 children through this process and taught them how AI can be used to get an idea that they have into a working solution with absolutely no background about coding. So most of the students who we reached were all people from non-computer science backgrounds. We wanted to teach this to children who are coming from an arts, humanities, science, commerce backgrounds. So we went to about 22 colleges in about 6 weeks' time, covering 10 states, and we crossed about 10,500 children in 6 weeks' time.
I also spoke with the team from TCS AI unit as well, the young tech professionals who actually went across colleges in India and also engaged with students directly from other backdrops, not from the technical backdrop. They actually trained about 10,000 learners from diverse academic background as a part of this hackathon as well, helping them turn curiosity about AI into real hands-on capability, also dispelling some of the myths about AI and the confusion there.
When it comes to the experience, it is in the first place breaking the stigma that it is not just the technical team, it is also for the non-technical team. So they can also reach out to their problems, find solutions by ideating through, and this particular the process or the idea flow which we particularly focus on to, that helps them to technically derive a solution or an application which solves their problem.
So there are students from non-technical backgrounds who have no idea about how coding is done, how an app is made, how to use AI, where to use AI, how to really find out whether AI can help them in any way. So how did you guide them in all of these questions? These are basic questions that they would have had.
Yes. So when we start doing it, the students will be like totally blank. They don't know what they are doing. But at the end of the 2 hours of the hackathon, what they're doing, they'll be totally mesmerized of what they have done. So with the help of the AI. Previously, they would have used AI in a different way. But with our YUVAi Hackathon, they started learning how to use AI in a better way. And they've started solving the day-to-day problems and giving better solutions to it.
Okay. Let me also ask here to find out particularly what kind of problems are you teaching them to solve through AI?
So here we are basically covering day-to-day problems like which the students can easily understand. Say the students are struggling with managing time during exams, so they can build the app related to that. Yeah. And for managing their mental health, so the students are not aware about the mental health, so building AI-related apps which helps them to do that. The thing is they all need the idea, and with that they can just build amazing apps.
Okay, wow, wonderful. Let me also speak to some other bunch of students here, the young technicians here as well, the AI masters. Tell me, what is it that you had to, bust a myth about when it comes to the non-technical students? Everybody had one question probably, and that is whether AI will take away their opportunities in future. What did you tell them about?
Okay, so first of all, most of us, that is the greater team, are all just 1 year into TCS. They have no prior experience. So the thing that we tell them is that we also learned along with you. While you were learning Max, we were learning AI. In just 1 year, we could do this. And we're trying to teach you how to do it in 1 hour. So that's the thing that we're teaching. Because it's easy to pick up. Since they're students, they are learning new things daily. And since people learn, they learn this as well. So yeah, learning proves that everything's easy.
So do you think a non-technical student now can make an app in 1-2 hours of this YUVAi hackathon that you're teaching them in?
Yes, they can easily develop a prototype of application in the with the problem statement within 2 hours of matter of time.
Okay, wow. So anyone can make an app to solve anything. What is the most amazing app that you have seen or taught them about?
So there was one app which was again about with the mental health of the students. So they were kind of they didn't know who to talk to, they didn't know where to go. So they would have like chat support, and they had people on the other side who were ready to pick up their calls. So the mental health part of the app was built very beautifully, and I think a lot of the majority of students had chosen that problem statement itself.
As ideas turn into digital prototypes on day 2 of the India AI Impact Summit here at Bharat Mandapam, the Bharat YUVAi Hackathon is truly sending out a clear message. Innovation is no longer limited to coders or tech campuses. With AI as a co-creator and Indian languages as well as the bridge there, these are young innovators that are refining who can truly build for India. This is not just a show at the summit, but it is a preview of India's next million digital creators in action.